What's going on, guys? Happy Friday, and with it being Friday, we'll be doing my weekly Trading 212 portfolio update, seeing how all my positions are doing this week and any adjustments that I've made throughout the week. But as always, before we get into today's video, if you're new around here, please consider smashing that subscribe button as we're currently on 324 subscribers. So with all that being said, let's dive right into the weekly Trading 212 portfolio update. So here we are on my Trading 212 portfolio. We can see here that overall we have €3,599 invested. We currently have a value of €3,752 with an overall return of €153.38 or 4.26% profit. So just to give a brief summary of this week's trading before we dive into each of the individual 13 pies. Firstly, I invested a further €200 this week into 4 different pies due to them dipping in value, so I improved my dollar cost averaging in those 4 pies. And we also got a dividend payout in a real estate sector pie, which we reinvested back into the pie, but we'll go into each of those when we go through those pies. So the first pie up is the communication services pie. We currently have 3 holdings in this pie. With Facebook with a 50% weighting, we're up 10.17%. Walt Disney with a 40% weighting, we're up 2.55%. And AT&T with a 10% weighting, we're currently just down 0.31%, which isn't bad considering we were down about 5 or 6% in that position last week. So I'm quite happy with their overall recovery. And it is worth noting as well that kind of Monday to Wednesday this week, the market was going in a downward trajectory, hence why I bought more of my shares in certain pies that went down to improve my dollar cost averaging. But Thursday and Friday the market started to recover, so I can see some of my pies going back into the green. Next up is the consumer discretionary pie. 2 holdings here as of now, both with a 50% holding. Tesla and McDonald's. Tesla is up 10.96% and McDonald's is currently up over 5%. The third pie is the consumer staples. 3 holdings here as of now with an overall value of €207. We are currently up 3.74% overall, and these are Coca-Cola with a 40% weighting, PepsiCo and P&G both with a 30% weighting. So with Coke, we are currently just up under 4% overall. With PepsiCo, we are up 4.7%, and with P&G, we are up 2.45%. The first of the 4 companies that we invested in this week was the energy pie, due to a dipping in value on Monday and Tuesday, which forced my overall value into the red. But thankfully, since then, and since improved my dollar cost averaging, they are both now in the green. So we have ExxonMobil, which is up 2.25%, and Chevron, which is up 1.84%, both with a 50% weighting. Easily the most diversified pie I have is obviously the ETF Vanguard S&P 500. We currently just have the one ETF in here, and it is currently worth €526. We are up 4.85% or just under €25 in profit. The financial sector pie is up next. We currently have 5 holdings here in the form of Visa, which we are currently down 2.31%, MasterCard we are down 2.38%, and the other 3 holdings, JP Morgan and Chase is up 8.72%, Bank of America is up 4%, and Goldman Sachs is up 4.04%, giving an overall value of 2.39% profit. The healthcare sector was the second pie that I invested in this week due to the overall dip in that sector. We invested €50 overall within these 3 companies. Currently, we are still down €2.54, which is nothing, which equates to just under 80.84%. The 3 companies are J&J, we are down 0.48%, AbbVie, we are down 2.74%, and in Pfizer, we are up 2.67%. In the industrial sector pie, we have 2 holdings, and we are currently up 8.68% overall, which is quite impressive in my opinion. The 2 companies are 3M with a 70% weighting, we are currently up 5.47%, and in Caterpillar is a 30% weighting, which is currently up 16.13%. The materials sector market took quite a hammering this week overall in the market, but my one position Barrick Gold is only down about 2.39%, and this was the third pie that reinvested in this week to improve my dollar cost averaging. The fourth company that I also invested in this week was the real estate sector pie, and that was again due to it being in the red. Currently, we're up 1.26% in this realty income position. Now, realty income over the last week or two has been quite volatile. For example, I was up about 6% last week on this company, and at the start of this week, we were down about 2 or 3% in the red, which was about a 9% overall swing. But now we are back in the green and up 1.26%. My largest portfolio pie as of now is in the technology sector. We currently have 4 holdings with an overall value of €1,067. We are currently up 6.78% or about €67 in profit. The 4 companies all have a 25% weighting, and they are Microsoft with a 4.93% profit so far, Amazon with 4.6% profit, Apple with 5.89%, and Alphabet Class A with 11.7% profit. The utility sector is up next, and we just have the one company as of now in waste management. We are currently up 3.3% in profit. Over the last week, I was looking at this sector for more companies to potentially invest in, but I couldn't really find any that I found value in at the moment, so we'll keep looking, but just for now, we'll keep it at the one company. And finally, we have the YouTube pie, and for those of you who have watched prior videos on my weekly updates on my portfolio, you would have seen that this pie is where we pick kind of speculative growth stocks that have a lot of potential but also have a lot of risk involved in those. We discussed them in prior videos, and I put my money where my mouth is as such with these companies, albeit quite a low sum of money. But I kind of found this pie to be an interesting pie to kind of pick companies that we've discussed over prior weeks and kind of put them into a mini pie here. And currently, this pie is 4 holdings in it. So we have Virgin Galactic, which is currently up 8%, Neo, which is up 13%, and then we have Workhorse, which is down 14.88%, and Diamond Peak or Lordstown Motors, which is down 17%. Now overall, again, as this is kind of more of a speculative risky pie, and it's kind of more for YouTube purposes, we're only down €5.18, so that's nothing in the grand scheme of things. I did rebalance this portfolio because we had Workhorse at about 50% weighting, but now we have all 4 at 25% weighting. With this portfolio pie, it swings from week to week, so next week we could be up 10% and the following week we could be down 10% or even more. So it's kind of interesting to see over the long term how this pie will pan out. So overall, guys, that kind of brings the end to this week's weekly portfolio update. Overall, we are up over 4.24%, which I'm quite happy with in the grand scheme of things. Next week, we will be looking at further companies to invest in pies that only have, let's say, 1 or 2 holdings as of now. And I've mentioned in prior videos that we're going to be capping each of these pies at 5 companies. I will also be investing more money next week if the market is right. So if the market pies continue to stay in the red, some of them, or if new ones go into the red, I'll be reinvesting into those to improve my dollar cost averaging. But if they don't, I will just start building up a cash pile for when they do in the coming weeks, as patience is definitely key to long-term investing. So thanks very much, guys. If you liked this video or found it anywhere helpful, it'd be great if you could smash that like button, and even more, if you could subscribe to this channel if you're new around here. That would mean an awful lot. And finally, I would love if you could comment below on any new companies that you suggest for me to add into some of these pies where I only have 1 or 2 positions as of now. So with all that being said, thanks very much, guys, and I will see you in tomorrow's video.